Here's you hilarious, buddy. Hey, you're so funny, bro. Yeehaw! Here we go again! Seen a sign that says there's a couple of lakes down here, so we're back on the dirt.
What I find when I travel, it's my time to reorganize my thoughts. Kinda to debug my entire system, to put things back into place, where they feel normal and everything flows nice and smoothly. It's also my time to think about my past, where I've been and where I'm going.
So that lake there is called Crystal Lake. And there's the other one. So this map here is not showing the fork in the road. So that would be that road there, but then there's this one. I don't know what that dotted line means. That road right there. We're gonna follow the map road. That's kind of the same, runs parallel with it.
And driving out here today, I find myself looking back at a little piece of my life when I was married. You know, when I did the manly thing and stood up and married a great woman. And I thought, well, that's me growing up. And then after we got married, I realized that I didn't want to grow up. I wasn't ready to be married yet. You know, and I realized that doing all the traditional things that the world said that we needed to do just wasn't right for me. So I walked away and moved on to new things in my life. But today, I find myself thinking about those times.
I think this is the end of the road for us. We're definitely not going to make it over this huge hump in the road. Yeah, definitely not through there. Yeah, we don't want to go through here anyway. This is the backside of a gravel pit. There's the highway right there. I remember driving right past this. Okay, my rattle is louder. I shouldn't have tampered with that thing because now it's even more noisier than it was before. I don't think I'm gonna make it up this hill. This might be the end of the line for us one. Yeah, that's too steep for my van. My van's really heavy on the backside. So when you're going up something super steep, scares me. That doesn't look like much, but that is quite the incline. That's probably, I don't know, 30%. It's pretty steep. Let's go see if we can find another way into that lake. Now look at the size of that hill. Like that just goes, whoa, right to the top there. Yeah. Fiddling with that was a bad idea. Look at it. It's just bouncing away there. I might have to strap that up somewhere. Emerald Lake. Let's do that. We ended up coming back to the original fork in the road and went the opposite direction. A bit of a gnarly road in. Campsites. Oh, this is epic. It's the end of the road. It's got a couple of campsites and that's it. Making a little dinner here. I got some Costco sausages and this little pad thai noodle stuff here I got. I ate some of it the other day. That's just leftovers. And this is leftover broccoli crunch little salad mixture that I used in my burritos last night. We're just gonna throw it all in here. I gotta plug my phone in. The trusted jack grease for anytime I'm out here and I need power. That's the go-to. All right, we gotta plug this camera of mine in. Okay, so here goes nothing. We got that in there. Some pad thai noodles. Oh yeah. It's the great experiment. So at this point, all I'm looking to do is just to heat this stuff up. You don't want to do it too long because you don't want all the veggies to go like super soggy. Also inside that little salad kit came some bacon bits. So we're gonna put those on the top. Oh, come on now. And also some dried cranberries and sesame seeds. Those aren't sesame seeds, those are sunflower seeds. So we're gonna put this on top. Come on now. All right, let's see how this goes. Looks pretty decent. Sometimes I amaze me with the things I just throw in frying pans and how good they actually turn out. Come on, are you sure you don't want any? Funny story about Prince George. When I was married, the wife I met, her family was from up here, and all she wanted to do was to have 2 kids and move to this town. And I was having none of it. I'm like, I have enough kids, don't need any more. Heck no. She knew that before marriage. And then she's like, I want to buy a house up in Prince George and we can like have our family up there. And I was like, oh heck no. For me, I was a city boy. I needed a population dense area with lots of towns around the big city because it gave me more options to DJ, not only just in the city that I lived in, but in all the cities and towns around. They all had nightclubs. So when she brought up the whole, hey, let's move to Prince George idea, I Googled it. They got a club. They got a club. I think they had 2 clubs at the time. That's all they had. And all the towns around it, no nightclubs, pubs, but no nightclubs. I needed a nightclub. I needed a full packed dance floor and a line up around the side of the club. That's what I needed to survive. I needed that little energy fix that way. And it's funny because I was like, ooh, there's dirt. She's like, let's go camping. I'm like, ooh, no, there's dirt. I was a totally different person back then. That was a long time ago. My ex is now married, moved the boy up here to Prince George, kind of painting her whole perfect picture. She has the 2 kids she wanted and bought a house up here. Sounds to me like everything worked out perfect after I left. But it's funny now when I come out to these places because I remember those times. I remember having those conversations with her because I was not ready to go play in the dirt. I wasn't a backcountry boy. I wasn't one to go ride on quads and snowmobiles like she was into. I was also young. Not really young. I was like late 30s when I was with her. or mid-30s. Yeah, mid-30s. I just hadn't grown up yet. And she was probably the oldest girl I dated. So being a DJ, I always dated younger women. It was just a default of the industry. Every girl you met was always 10 years or more younger. She was probably the only girlfriend I had that was the closest to my own age. And what I realized was women grow up a lot faster than men do. Men stay boys for a very, very long time. So where she was at when she was like 30 years old when I met her is where I am now at 47 years old. So ladies, just be patient with us. We will grow up sooner or later. And boys, I don't have any advice for you, but ladies, just be patient with your boys. They will grow up. They will. Maybe sooner or later. They may not grow up, but at least they'll start thinking a bit more like an adult. Like me, I'd move to Prince George. Heck yeah, I would. If I didn't live in that. Oh, yeah. If my ex-wife is watching, my bad. I just thought I'd share that little story with you guys.
If you're wondering if I regret leaving that amazing woman that I married, the answer to that is simple. Absolutely not. She's better out there in the world without me, because over the years I've learned that I'm just better off alone. There's something nomadic about my heart, and it was just deep inside of there, and I just never knew it at the time. I was doing all the traditional things that the world wanted me to do. I had a nice apartment, paid rent, had a traditional 9-to-5 job as well, and I got married. I did everything in those check boxes the world wanted, and I just never felt right or ever felt comfortable. So when I had the chance to break away from all of that stuff, I felt more focused, more driven, and more love for myself. I'm better off out here alone. And if you're wondering if me and the ex-wife still talk, I get a message once in a while. It goes, "Hey douchebag, how you doing?"
This tree has the hairiest underbelly I've ever seen on a tree. There's little moss all over here, just hanging from the bottom. Kind of looks like it needs a haircut. Look at it's probably hard to see on camera, but this is like feels like hair, just about like really, really stringy hair. And it's all over. Look at it's freaking awesome. It's like this is great. A funky little tree, man.
I always found that it was so easy to fall in love, because it's easy to see how beautiful those girls are standing in front of you, how good they make you feel inside, and it was easy not to see the negative side inside of their life and only seeing the beauty you see in front of you. So falling in love with somebody else was very easy. Falling in love with myself, on the other hand, that was a very difficult task. But when I did, my world flipped completely upside down.
You can hear the odd little mosquito flying around my ear and an odd chipmunk up there, but other than that, it is completely silent. Way off in the far, far distance, you can hear a tiny bit of a light hum. There is a highway, well, a little ways from here. I'm pretty sure that's what I can hear over there. And I'm getting cell service here. This whole trek along this journey today, I've had cell service the entire way. It wasn't always my cell phone provider, and I always know because when I'm on another person's network, you hear that? That's a text message way out here. I love this. Being connected is a very big part of my life because my whole world is online. So when I have cell phone service, means I can work way out here, and that's such a beautiful thing. Until Elon Musk hurries up with his little mobile satellite internet with a tinier dish that I can throw on my roof. Hurry up, Elon! I am waiting. Well, that would be epic, because if that's the case, I'd be live streaming this whole thing. I would live stream drives through the bush. You know how fun that's going to be when that happens? I can prop my phone up in the front and just literally live stream a 5-hour adventure in the bush because we have full satellite internet from way up there. As you guys can tell, I've mentioned this quite a bit in videos over the last little while because I'm waiting. He said in the end of 2021, well, time's ticking, boss. Let's get this going. The only company I had out here today was a family that came in. They had some kayaks. They went out on the lake. You guys might have seen the couple little boats in the middle of the lake and some of those drone shots out there. Just really good, friendly people, and they were stoked. They came back. They had a couple of great big fish on a hook, and I seen lots of fish jumping when I was out there. Yet again, another one of these moments where I'm like, well, I should probably get myself a fishing rod and a fishing license and a book so that tells me what the rules and regulations are in the areas that I'm in. This is coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. This thought happens to me more often out here than it does when I'm in town and remember, hey, let's just go to a fishing shop and get this party started. I always think of it after the fact when I'm way out here than when I get back to town. I always forget. Anyway, guys, thank you for riding along with us here today. I had an absolute riot out here. It was all in all. It's my cell phone. It's weird. Some people love the ability of being unplugged. I kind of like being connected sometimes. Oh, it was a good day.
If you feel like you've been doing everything right, but something inside of your heart doesn't feel right, if you feel like you've been checking off all of those perfect traditional boxes, but yet something inside just feels like it's missing something, it might not be love from somebody else. It might not be, buying that big next thing. It just might be because you need to love yourself and do something for you. And if that means moving into a van and pooping into a bucket and just living life how you want, then so be it. Love yourself today, you guys. And, in memory of my ex-wife, douchebag, signing out. Peace out, guys. See you soon.